Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Today we're at our favourite hotel, the Golden Taurus Aquapark in Pineda de Mar, Catalonia in Spain. Now it's the start of the season and we've noticed that we always get a lot of questions about what there is to do at the hotel, the different prices and the different facilities. So in this video we're going to try and answer the most popular questions. Just a few words about getting to the Taurus Park Hotel from the airports. Now, there are two main airports that serve the hotel. You've got Girona in the north and, of course, the main airport in Barcelona. If you're coming with TUI or Jet2, one of the major travel companies, you're going to be coming in at Girona and you will have a transfer that takes you to the hotel. Now, you can, of course, skip the transfer and pay your own taxi. The taxi fare from Girona is going to be roughly 60 or 70 euros. If you are on a tour with TUI or Jet2, make sure you let your tour rep know that you're going to get a taxi, because you don't want the coach waiting behind for you when you've already left. Now, if you're coming from Barcelona, that's very likely. If you're flying with EasyJet or Ryanair, it takes a little longer to get from Barcelona. It's round about an hour and 10, whereas it's only about 45 minutes from Girona. The taxi prices from Barcelona are going to be about 120, 130 euros. So it is quite a good travel time. We arrived on a Saturday night and the roads were generally quiet. It actually took us less than an hour, but obviously it's more variable because it's further away from the hotel. When you check in at the hotel, there are a few extra costs that you'll need to factor into your budget. First of all, there's the tourist tax. This costs €1.32 for each adult over 17 per night of your stay, up to a maximum of 7 nights. So if you're staying longer than a week, you won't have to pay beyond the price for 7 nights. If you want a safety deposit box, you'll also need to pay for that. It costs €4 per night plus a refundable €10 deposit. There are a variety of room types here at the Golden Taurus Aquapark. The one we're in at the moment is a family room where it's got one bedroom that leads out onto the balcony, and there are 2 beds for kids or adults out in the main area of the room. But most of the standard rooms at the Golden Taurus Park, they've actually got 3 beds in the room. Now, the views from the rooms, a lot of them overlook either the main pool or the second pool, and they've got a sea view out to the sea. But some, like this one, have a view out to the hills, which is a very nice view in the back. And these rooms tend to be quieter, actually, overlooking the hills or the water park in that direction. So you can choose what view type you want when you actually book the holiday. Facilities in the rooms, all room types have a TV in the main room, or in this one again, one in the bedroom, one out in the main part of the room. And they all have a fridge, which is really good when you come to a hot country like Spain. All have a safety deposit box. Now, some of them are an old key type safe. Most of them are the new electronic type, but they're all pretty good size. For example, as well as fitting your purse and your phone and all your valuables, they can actually fit a MacBook in or a laptop as well. All rooms have tea and coffee making facilities. Good to have a kettle. You don't often have a coffee in the room, but it's useful if you want it. We've stayed in all the different room types of the Taurus Park over the years, and they're all really well maintained, and of course the cleaners do a great job in keeping them clean. They come in once a day, so I think whichever room type you pick, you're going to be really happy with your choice. Now, of course, the big addition this year to Golden Taurus Park is the swim-up rooms. They've remodeled this area down by the sports pool, So all the palms have gone. Nice wall now. Check out the rooms here. Now, if you're like me and you like to sit alongside the sports pool all day, the one thing you will miss is the big palms gave you a bit of extra shade in the morning. Obviously you've still got the shade of the building, but one big advantage is look at the space that you've now got for the sunbeds, because quite often you were up to the sports pool and you were getting splashed by the games going on there, but there's so much room here now that you can just move your beds back a bit and you'll be no problem. This is the main terrace here at the Taurus Park, and here's the main pool. It's a great pool. It's got a shallow entry for kids or less confident swimmers, so it's slightly deeper end down there where you can have a good swim. Now beyond it, the activities pool, smaller, well that's where you get water basket, water volley, water polo, and of course Aitor's famous aqua gym every day in the summer at 11:30. This is the quieter pool, recognisable by the bull motif on the bottom there. Now the pool itself is really good. This is the deepest of all the pools in the Golden Taurus Aquapark. You can swim under the bridge, it's really nice, and it's good for the kids playing up there. You can see the little palm tree with the dinosaur. The kids can splash around there, and there's even a kids splash pool next to it. If you want to stay away from the activities and want to have a quieter time just lying on the sunbeds, then this is the pool where you want to be. It opens a little later than the other pool. I think the door here opens at 9 o'clock generally. And obviously there's a bar in the centre as well. You can sit and have a drink overlooking the pool. Very nice atmosphere around here, quieter, although I generally prefer the noisy pool next door. There's also an indoor pool which is downstairs and accessible from reception. There are 2 evening bars at the Taurus Park, the main bar where all the entertainment takes place, and there's also the Habana bar where you can have a quieter drink and maybe watch some sport. During the core summer months, the Taurus Park also puts on some entertainment outside. You'll quite often get acts playing music around the pool bar, and you can sit out under the stars and watch some music. The restaurant here at the Golden Taurus Aquapark caters for all tastes. There's a huge buffet with a great selection every day. You've got meats and pasta and pizza, a huge salad and vegetable section, cheeses laid out, sometimes they have quiche. The number of desserts is a good range. They've got different mousse, different cakes, fruit, and they also cater obviously for allergies if you let the restaurant manager know if you have any allergies, and there's plenty of vegetarian options as well. Now, if you're here all-inclusive, of course, you go into the restaurant 3 times a day. There's breakfast, dinner and evening meal. And I have to confess that my favourite is the breakfast, because they do a traditional English breakfast with beans, sausage, bacon and just about everything you can imagine. I like the show cooking, the freshly cooked omelettes. Every day I have an omelette, they're really good. And they also have some great pancakes, waffles, churros and other sweet cakes and fruit, of course. So you really can't go wrong with breakfast. It's a huge selection of food and you're not going to be disappointed. This is the Torito snack bar, open all day from 10 AM. You can get a variety of snacks and drinks in here. Now some of the snacks are even included in the all-inclusive, so it's a good alternative if you don't want a full meal in the restaurant if you pay for all-inclusive. The other good thing about the Torito snack bar is it's open, I don't know the exact time, but it's open later than the main bar, so you can come in and chill out in here. It also goes out onto the terrace at the end of the day. One of the most frequent questions that comes up relates to the all-inclusive. What's the difference between all-inclusive and golden all-inclusive? Now the honest answer to this, there's very little difference at all. All-inclusive gets you access to lots of drinks and obviously food in the restaurant 3 times a day and certain ice creams as well. The best way to illustrate the difference between all-inclusive and golden all-inclusive is to look at a couple of drinks. If you drink beer, for example, the Cruz Campo on tap, that's covered by the all-inclusive. Now if you wanted a bottle of beer like Desperados or Sol or Corona, you're basically paying €1 extra if you're on all-inclusive. So if you're on golden all-inclusive, you get that free. If you're on standard all-inclusive, you just pay an extra euro. So another example is the rum. You can get plenty of local rums like Kathiki and Negrita for the all-inclusive price. If you're on Golden all-inclusive, you also get Havana Club rum and Captain Morgan. Whereas if you're just on standard all-inclusive, you would have to pay an extra €1.60 for each drink to upgrade. So hopefully those examples make it clear. We'll put a copy of the menu as well in the video and you can have a look yourself. Another drink worth mentioning is the cocktails. Now every day at the hotel they have a cocktail of the day. For example, one day maybe pina colada, another day tequila sunrise or green lagoon. So that's free on the all-inclusive, whatever the cocktail of the day is. Now if you're not an all-inclusive, that's going to cost you about €5.90 for each drink. And of course the cocktail of the day, doesn't matter whether you're on Golden inclusive, all-inclusive or standard all-inclusive, you get that for free. If you want to upgrade from half board to all-inclusive once you get to the hotel, it costs €40 per adult per night and €18 per child per night. The hotel also offers a sustainable water bottle which can be purchased for €6. This is the stage next to the main activities pool, and this is where most of the games go on during the day. A wide range of activities including games like shoalback, which is a game with discs, shuffle puck, shuffleboard, darts. If the weather's good, they'll be playing darts out here, otherwise they'll be playing in the salon. Speaking of the salon, there's usually a couple of games of pool every week that you can play. And then also there are activities in the sports area, including rifle shooting, pistol shooting, archery, there's football over there, tennis, French bowls, and all these activities go on between 10:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon. The Goldie Club is the hotel's kids club. Now, this is a great place if you want to come and drop off your kids. It runs from 10:30 in the morning till 12, and then there's another session in the afternoon, 2:30 till 4. And they do all kinds of things. Sometimes they come out here and play sports. Sometimes they stay in when it's really hot and they'll do crafts in there. So it's a good mixture of stuff that's going to keep your kids entertained. There's also a Goldie Club in the evening that takes place inside the main building. We'll show you where that is later. But just speaking in general, it's a really modern addition to the hotel. It was built about 5 years ago. There's a toilet block. You've got all the facilities. Like I say, it's in air conditioned for the kids inside, so they're not going to be absolutely sweating all the time if you leave them here during the day in the height of summer. There is also a full nighttime entertainment programme, starting with balloon making or face painting for the kids, followed by a mini disco at 9:15. After the mini disco, diplomas and medals are presented to the winners of the day's activities before adults have a chance to play a champagne game to win a free bottle of champagne. At 10 PM the main show begins. The hotel brings acts in and also puts on their own animation shows, which are our favourite. This year there's a 60th anniversary show performed by the animation team, which is well worth a watch. The water park here at the Golden Taurus Aquapark, as you can see behind me there, it's open from the 13th of May this year, and that's generally the opening time, sometime midway through May. It's also worth noting that it's only open until roughly midway through September. I don't know the exact date, but if you think mid-September, that's a good guide to when it's going to be closing. Now, in terms of where is the water park, how far is it from the hotel? Well, it's in the hotel grounds, and we're just going to swing the camera around and show you how near it is to the hotel entrance. The water park features a variety of slides of different heights. Now there are height restrictions on some of the slides, certainly the biggest 2, 3 or 4 slides, you've got to be over a certain height. We'll look it up and put it on screen. But there is a dedicated area of the water park for kids that you can see there, and it's great for the kids splashing around in a very small pool, and there's big comedy buckets that dump water over every so often. So it's good to come across from the hotel, spend a bit of time in the water park here. Another thing worth noting is there's no food or drink on sale here. You're just supposed to come here, enjoy the water park for however long, and then go back to the main pool area to get your food and drinks. Another question that comes up quite often is how far is the beach from the hotel? Well, it's really close and we're going to show you. We're going to fast forward the video so you don't have to watch a long video, but it's not long anyway. We'll put the timer on there. Worth remembering to bring your card because there's a gate to the road that you need to get back into the hotel, otherwise you have to go the long way around. Anyway, the route starts through the Torito snack bar. Let's go. There are two routes down across the road. As you can see, this is the one that favours the wheelchairs and the pushchairs, but there are some steps over there. And there we are, at the beach. I don't know what the exact time it'll be on the screen, but I guess it's about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. No problem. Under the railway line, like I say, options, pushchair friendly or up the steps on both sides. Easy walk to the beach. How far is the nearest supermarket from the hotel? Well, the answer is it's right outside the hotel there. We use this supermarket many times. It's got basic things, food, nappies for the kids, sun cream, whatever you need. You get it there in the supermarket, and the hotel is just there. We're just outside the front of the Golden Taurus Aquapark here, where it joins onto the seafront. Now, if you walk 15-20 minutes in that direction, you come to the town of Calais. Lots of bars and restaurants and shops down there. But we're not going to go that way today. We're going to go the other way into Pineda de Mar. And that's only about 10 or 15 minutes, but there's a few interesting things that we want to point out that a lot of holiday makers ask, that it's worth seeing. So let's go. And of course there's a land train that runs around. I don't know the exact route, but I know you can get the land train at the hotel and you can go down to Calais, and of course you can come up here into Pineda de Mar, and it's a nice little ride that takes you along the front and then goes through some of the back streets. Behind us here is the Tiare Beach Bar. The reason I mention it is a few times we've walked past this place in the summer and they have a trio playing in the corner there. A guy on drums, a couple of acoustic guitars, and there's a lot of big crowds in there sing along for the music. We've never actually been in there, being honest, but like I said, when we walk past it sounds great. So this is somewhere you might want to visit if you're out on a walk on Pineda front. Question that comes up quite often with the Golden Taurus Park is the all-inclusive. Is it worth all-inclusive, or what shops, bars and restaurants are there available around the hotel? Being honest, there are a few pubs and bars and restaurants. For example, the Buccaneer pub is very popular. Well, this is just our opinion. Nothing, we're not being paid by the hotel. This is just our honest opinion as a family. We think you can't beat the all-inclusive really, because although Pineda is a really pretty place, as hopefully you've seen on our video The Walk here, I mean, there isn't a massive choice. So to us, the all-inclusive makes sense. You know, you get all your food there, and then you can come out for a walk in the evening or whatever. So it's just something to bear in mind if you've never been before. It's not a really busy resort like you might find somewhere on Mallorca. It's quite a low-key place. We walked about 15 minutes from the hotel here into Pineda de Mar, and as well as being an excellent hotel itself, it's also with just over an hour away from one of the world's greatest cities. Visiting Barcelona is an absolute must when you come to the Taurus Park, and this is the train station in the centre of Pineda de Mar. You can go in and buy your tickets there in the ticket office. 1 hour and 10 minutes on the train. It goes along the coast through a lot of coastal resorts, and you get off there's various stations to get off, but probably the best one is the Plaza de Catalunya. It's right in the heart of Barcelona. It's a good starting point to see Les Ramblas and of course the Sagrada Familia. Now the interesting thing, less popular but equally worth visiting, in the other direction you can get a train to Girona. That's round about an hour as well. Of course, famous as one of the filming locations for Game of Thrones. They've got a great cathedral in Girona, some nice bridges, over the river and a really good city wall. It's fantastic views from the city walls in Girona. So it's a good way of seeing other parts of Catalonia when you're staying here at the tourist park. Barcelona one way, Girona the other, and here's the train station. I'm going to give you my review of the hotel, the Golden Taurus Aquapark. Now if I tell you that my family's been here more than 20 times, then it's going to be pretty obvious that I really love the place. But I'm going to try and give a balanced review of why you might like this place, or maybe why this place isn't for you. I mean, first of all, it's a 4-star hotel and the facilities are excellent. We've got 2 excellent big pools, a small sports pool and also a little pool for the kids. And as an added bonus, they've got a little water park out the front that's got about 7 slides in it, and your kids are going to love that. But please bear in mind that there are height restrictions on some of the slides. Now the thing that makes us keep coming back to this hotel is the entertainment program. There are games going on all day and the entertainment program extends into the night. For example, for the kids they have the mini disco, and then for the adults they have they have quizzes and games at night, and then they get professional acts in, as well as the hotel putting on shows themselves. The staff at the hotel are superb, whether it's the cleaners, the bar staff, the reception staff, and of course the animation team. Everybody's really friendly, everybody's really helpful, and I think it's this special atmosphere at this hotel that certainly keeps us coming back. I would say that if you're the kind of person who likes a really quiet holiday, then perhaps this is not the place for you. It's true, you can go and have a quiet time by the pool on the other side of the hotel, and it is a quiet pool. You can sit there all day, you won't be bothered with any of the games and activities because all the games and activities take place around this pool. So it's a lively hotel with a family atmosphere, and most people are really going to like this. If you want to join in all the games and activities, you're really going to have fun. But if you don't want to join in the activities, you can still sit around the pool, take in the atmosphere. Another thing which I think is great, considering it's a holiday place, is you're 40 miles away from one of the best cities in the world, Barcelona. If you come with TUI, for example, TUI do plenty of trips to Barcelona and other places, so as well as getting a beach kind of holiday, then you've got access to the big city and places like Sagrada Familia and Barcelona's Nou Camp. There's so much to do in Barcelona. So overall, I mean, really what's not to like about somewhere like this? Golden Taurus Aquapark is our favourite hotel in the world. Thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and keep tuned for more videos.